What's up guys, and welcome back to another DMZ video, and today I'm going to be going over some DMZ changes coming to Season 2 in a couple weeks. I believe Season 2 will be here on the 15th of February, and with that is some pretty interesting changes in terms of balancing and new content. I'm going to leave some gameplay here in the background while I go over this for you guys, and I'd appreciate if you drop a like on the video, let me know how you feel about these changes, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But diving into these patch notes, I'm going to be going over them and kind of giving my input on each one. Now the first change to look at here is weapon balancing. Now, they don't give too much details, but they do say weapons will be rebalanced. This could mean a lot of things for the meta weapons in the game that might change. The guns getting nerfed, I think, will definitely be the RPK and the Fennec, I'm sure, but overall, we might see an overall nerf to LMGs as a whole, as they're pretty much all extremely powerful, especially the Route MG, as I believe it has a 5 millisecond time to kill, and that combined with zero recoil is probably something that needs to be balanced. Hopefully with this, we also have a combination of buffs to weapons such as some of the assault rifles like the M13 and maybe even the 545 AK. Speaking of weapons, there will be 6 new weapons to be added in Season 2, which is a really good thing to see in terms of content for the game, but you also have to keep in mind that these new guns will also bring 24 new challenge camos to the game and numerous attachments, which will be nice to see. Now, moving on to a very big change that might upset a lot of players that have been grinding missions, and that is that they are wiping all player progression in DMZ. So some people might be confused by what that means exactly, and I guess Modern Warzone on Twitter got confirmation from Activision that this means they're also wiping your insured weapon slots. So I'm pretty sure someone who has just grinded for all 3 weapon slots will be pretty upset because they'll be reset to just 1 weapon slot, and you'll have to grind for it all over again. The plus side to this is that they're adding completely new missions into DMZ, so it might not be the same exact grind as it was in the beginning. This also means that your Contraband stash is going to be wiped clean along with your key stash. So in the coming weeks, be sure to use up all of your keys and Contraband weapons before they're gone for good. Moving on to enemy tuning, saying that in Season 1 AI were challenging and the ramped up difficulty of the bots were overwhelming players, and I'm pretty sure this especially applies to solo players in DMZ, as they can kill you before you can even react. They also say here they'll be adjusting the number of AI spawning and the accuracy at range and much more. Hopefully the accuracy will make it easier to manage when they're shooting at you. Less bots and less accuracy will be a good thing and a little more forgiving for solo players, which is all good in my terms. Now next on the list we have spawn point changes, which will actually be a very big change to how the game plays out. Here, they say they want to improve how the early match plays out to make your squad feel more isolated and make it so you don't feel like you spawn without loot around you. I'll go ahead and put a map of the spawn points up now, and you'll see the spawns circled in red are the most dangerous spawns, and you'll notice that all the spawns for the most part are on the outermost edges of the map. My guess with the spawn changes, they'll move the spawns more inward to different locations, so we might see spawning in Al-Mazrah City and maybe even Dome. Another big change to DMZ will be the mission difficulty tuning, and they say here that with the data and feedback they have realized that the difficulty was too high for a lot of players, that it made it hard for them to unlock the second weapon insured slot. So they're adjusting the difficulty for the missions to make them easier, with also adding new missions to DMZ. I also suppose this would be slightly positive after they wiped everyone's insured weapon slots after they grinded so hard for them. So if you just got the second weapon insured slot and are thinking about pushing for the third right now, it's quite the grind, and I would suggest that you wait until the Season 2 update after it wipes, just so it isn't all for nothing. They had also stated that they're addressing issues with the game crashes in DMZ, because if you crash mid-game, you lose everything with pretty much no remorse. I'm sure it'll stay this way, but at least they will be fixing the crashing issues, so this will happen a lot less. And lastly, for Season 2, there will be a new Exclusion Zone, and there will be a third option when deploying into DMZ, which I would assume you'd have Al-Mazrah, Building 21, and then the new Exclusion Zone as options of deployment. And there will be new missions along with each of those areas, which will be really good for the gameplay and content to see, and I feel like it'll add, just a little bit more incentive to play them. Overall, I feel like these are some pretty good solid changes in the Season 2 update, and I hope they fix the glitch for the spotting scope too, just because it's just so overpowered. And if you don't know what that glitch is, it happens when you use your ping key to spot someone while looking through your spotting scope and then kind of just look away after they're spotted, and the red ping will literally stay over their head all game. So it allows you to shoot them through walls and hunt them down throughout the entire map through the whole game. And it's just kind of a broken thing that's in the game right now, and it kind of sucks when someone does it to you. Another thing I would like to see is that with the right graphic settings, you can see player outlines through thick bushes and even rocks, making it so you can shoot them without them even seeing you, which if that doesn't really get fixed, I might as well include it in a DMZ guide and show you guys how to use it and abuse it. But that's all I wanted to cover in today's video, and if you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate if you could leave a like on the video, drop a comment on what your thoughts are for Season 2, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.